Hey SPN family, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jill, and this is Roadhouse Idiots.
Alright, so this is episode 19.
Getting to the end.
It was called Funeralia, funeral, with an IA at the end.
Funeralia?
Or otherwise known as the Redemption of Rowena.
The Redemption of Rowena. Which she kind of already had.
She had it.
But then this was a bigger test for her because she had the option to kill Sam, and it was the one person that we now know is supposed to end Rowena's life. So she chose not to kill Sam.
You know what this was? This was Rowena no longer being on Team Rowena.
Yeah,
Rowena's
being on
Team
Free Will now. Yeah. Team Free Will. Getting a badass Scottish witch.
Yep.
She just looked flawless in this episode. Not to look like as if this is a glamour report, and she always looks good. She always does. But like the dance sequences, and there's just something about her blue glowy eyes with her power, with her red hair that just really works. Can I just say that?
Sure.
So overall, what are your thoughts on this week's episode?
Not a lot, because it was like, unlike last week where we had like four different like plots going on, it was pretty much just two, and the focus is really on the one. I mean, of course, you have the whole angel situation in heaven where what did they say, there were 9 angels left?
9 angels.
Did we hear that right? No, it's 9.
9.
Okay, that's not very many.
It's very, very, very few. So, and I question something in the continuity of heaven. Heaven is powered by angels, but then if that's the case, I was wondering why the souls of heaven didn't fall. Because you know what? Listen, sometimes when we put this out there, like people who have watched these episodes will remember more than us. Like last week, Heather commented on our video. Like we were talking about the whole Gabriel, and you were like, "Well, I feel like that, you know, Gabriel was always supposed to be dead." And then she pointed out, which I remember, when Castiel had that hallucination and Gabriel came, Castiel asked Gabriel if he was really dead, and he winked at him. So they left that door open before, and I had forgotten about that moment. So I want to know from you guys, because you guys pay really great attention. Is there anything that you've seen that could have justified or explains why in season 8, when all of the angels got cast out of heaven, when the angels were falling, then why didn't that send all the souls out of heaven? Like, do we think it's something where it's not necessarily...
They weren't dead.
Right, there was way more angels. Like, maybe it's more powerful if they're in heaven. But if you have enough angels, it's powered. Like, that's what I think it might be.
That's how you explain that away.
That's how it... Don't say explain
No.
that
My
away.
whole point is, like, over, a decade plus, this show has kind of broken continuity and retconned things for the sake of moving the plot line forward in the current season.
No, hang on. We have to agree to disagree here.
Okay, that's fine.
Because, listen, I am cool with any rules you want in a fantasy world as long as you follow your own rules that you have created. If a subject hasn't come up yet, then there's not rules on that subject. This is a new subject, therefore there can't be rules that are broken.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, you mentioned season 8. I would bet the house that the writers didn't think of season 8 when they wrote season 13.
I think they did think of season 8 a little bit because they showed clips from season 8. In fact, my first comment on the reaction video is,
no one's made new angels since the dawn of creation. The angels are falling!
Yes, so I do think that they thought about that.
Yeah.
Ha! See, you're not giving Supernatural enough credit.
No, I'm clearly not.
So yeah, the angels are dying out, and it's so terrible, because I love Castiel, and I'm so excited that Gabriel's back. But, like, I feel like heaven might die out. That might be season 14's plot. And I gotta be honest.
They kind of tease that a little bit.
I gotta be honest. I don't know if I'm rooting for heaven to survive or not. Like, whenever we deal with apocalypse, obviously I'm like, go Earth, save the world, Sam and Dean. But the angel plots over the years have never been my favorite plots. So if the angels die out and heaven dies, does that mean we're done with angel plots? And if that's so, maybe heaven should die. Maybe it should. I don't know.
The other kind of major-ish development was, at some point, Sam is going to kill Rowena.
Sam is going to kill Rowena.
At some point. Probably won't be soon.
Right.
But
and it puts so many possible scenarios about how that comes up. And what a great way to start off a new trusting friendship than with someone you know is destined to kill you. The preview for the next 4 episodes, which we only have 4 episodes left of the season, guys, looks like, we're moving. And I think this episode moved, and last week's episode moved. So really, it's like the final 6 episodes of this season. That's a really long, strong set of episodes to sort of come forward. So I'm so excited to see how this ends. We're finally going to get Jack and Mary back in some scenes next week, and they've been gone for
a while. It seems like a while.
I mean, the extra breaks have made it feel even longer, but it's been a long time since we've seen them. So I'm kind of ready to get back to that plot. I'm happy that we're going to have Rowena back. I don't know if the trickster Gabriel is in next week's episode, but he directed.
Richard Spade's directing next week's episode.
Love that, you guys. I love that. But before we get into next week's episodes, we got to rate this week's episode.
Yep.
All right, do you have it?
I do.
All right.
Yeah, I do.
1, 2, 3,
7.
Oh, look at that. 7 Impalas, you guys. We agree. I thought it was good. I think it was a good, solid 7. Like, I feel like if I know, like, on a 1 to 10 scale, 7's like, it's a C-, but I don't consider it like that. I consider this like a B. So I know that sounds like an 8, but I just feel like the skills.
I mean, like,
do you know what I mean? So don't take our numbers like literally. Yeah. Well, we didn't give it 7.5 Impalas, but like all I'm just saying is
7.4.
I think that when we hear those numbers like that rating, to me 7 is like a good solid episode. It's a really good episode.
The battery died.
Yeah,
it's funny. So like.
Heaven isn't the only place worried about running out of power. Our camera does too. And we wanted to talk to you guys about expanding what fandoms we talk about on here. The fact that there's 500 of you guys that have subscribed to our channel means the world to us. And that's completely thanks to the SPN family. Like, that's 100% you guys. You guys are awesome. It really touches my heart, and I think yours too, you guys watch along with us. I cannot emphasize enough how awesome that is, how much I appreciate you guys following us two nerds on this journey. And we're having so much fun doing it that we kind of want to talk about other fandoms as well and sort of spread the love. So I wanted to get your opinions, guys. Twofold question. Number 1, if we talk about other fandoms, are there any fandoms that you want us to discuss about? To discuss, to make videos, to review, or just make games related to. And I mean, we'll read all the suggestions, but it has to be, whether or not we'll take those suggestions will be how well we know the fandom. And that leads us into the second question. How would you guys feel? All of our Supernatural videos are going to remain the 2 of us. We're tag teaming that 100%.
Yeah.
But there are some fandoms that you're more of an expert on, and there's some fandoms that I'm more of an expert on. So we might actually consider doing some separate videos that we sort of post on here, and then the Supernatural ones, or any other fandom that we're both experts on, if we come to talk about them, we'll tag team those. But how would you feel about getting some more videos, not getting rid of any Supernatural, keeping the Supernatural, but maybe either during the hiatus season or just in between, in addition to the hiatus season?
Yeah.
Because we're thinking about growing this channel and growing our content for you guys a little bit, about maybe getting some individuals, some Zach videos and some Jill videos, and then the Supernatural Roadhouse Idiots would start the whole thing, keeping it Zach and Jill.
For example, I'm going to go see Infinity War next week. I might do a review of it, maybe. We'll see.
And the final thing we want to know in the comments below, because we've been getting more, you brought this up before our battery died.
Yeah.
Facebook likes.
Oh, right, yeah.
And we've been advertising still to follow us on Twitter, because I'm much better at using the Twitter than the Facebook page. But since a lot of you guys are following us on the Facebook page, is that something that you would be interested if we did Facebook live chats or something like that? Because I do find that the Facebook live chat system, at least for personal use, is easier than going live on YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do Facebook live chats and Q&As and stuff, but that's only if you're interested in using it. But if there's an interest, man, we'll do it for you guys, because You guys have already given us so much by following us on this channel, and we just want to know, basically, tonight is Salt Survey Night. What can we do to give our idiots a better experience?
Yep.
But overall, guys, looking forward to the end of the season. Thank you so much for supporting us and subscribing to us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we welcome you. Join our family. Hit the little box below. But thank you so much for stopping by the Roadhouse.
Carry on, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.